All right. Well, there was a story today. We're going to stick with the NBA. A story in The Athletic by Bill Oram, who's been on the show. And
Covers the Lakers.
Yes, covers the Lakers, does a good job. Here's the title. Oram, meaning the author, : So this is his take. As tensions rise between LeBron James and Rob Pelinka, where will the Lakers draw the line? And the gist of the story, Rob, is that LeBron and Rich Paul, who is his longtime friend and now probably the most powerful agent in the NBA, and the owner of Clutch Sports Management, that they are squeezing the Lakers. This is what the story's saying. That they're upset that the Lakers didn't make a move at the deadline, and that all of the talk about that LeBron did over the All-Star weekend about maybe wanting to play with Bronny, or not maybe, definitely playing with his son Bronny.
He put it out
in his
there
last
in the
year
universe.
in the NBA, right? And about praising Sam Presti, the GM in Oklahoma City. That a lot of that was, obviously he's sincere about wanting to play with his son, but that LeBron knew what he was doing and threw these out. Even the other thing, Rob, I forgot to mention, that he, is not closing the door on a return to Cleveland.
Right.
Playing in Cleveland.
Which if you're LA, you're like, what? Like, what?
So all of that, the take of this story is that all of that was done to show that LeBron is not happy with the job that Rob Pelinka has done as the general manager.
Now, Chris, what did you think of the story, the way it was written, too? Like, if I'm the lead is strong. LeBron James and the Lakers are heading for a divorce.
But read the second line.
Right. Or like with so many other to break up or fine, okay.
So here's the second line. Or like with so many other relationships that have teetered on the brink of a breakup, they will find a way to reconcile. It's fine because you're right. It's eye-catching.
It is.
But then he softens it.
Right?
He softens it.
Yeah, the second sentence definitely. Right. But the first
sentence.
Lead
is what you want in the lead. Get people's attention.
But
and
to
then
say because he didn't say might be heading, you know what I mean? Like if it was
but he did say that.
No, in the second graph, I know.
Yeah.
Bill Oram, what are you trying to do to me? Okay, sorry.
Well, Rob, first, I want to ask two questions of you. First, I want to ask you what you think of what's going on. And secondly, I want to know, like, this has happened in many places with LeBron. David Griffin in Cleveland said, I can't remember the exact word he used, but it was a nightmare or that he was miserable. He was miserable. I think miserable was the word when he was in Cleveland. Shame on Griffin because his career was based on him winning a championship with LeBron James. And that opened many doors for Griff. And so I get that he
was just
maybe
saying trying to be in that job. Yeah, with LeBron
but you know
there,
what? The job is to win. The job ain't for you to have fun playing fantasy basketball. The job is for you to win. And LeBron James had you win. And so I hear you. And that was Griffin can always say what he feels, and that's his opinion, and he's entitled to it. But I'm just saying,
it wasn't a fun experience.
And of course, Rob, what we've seen is he came back and apologized. And tried to walk it back. But there was that. Miami obviously ended after 4 years, and it wasn't pretty when LeBron James and Pat Riley went their separate ways. And so the second question I want to ask you is, this kind of happens when LeBron's there, and is it worth it to bring him to your franchise? So go ahead.
I got to say that I thought, if I were the Lakers, I would have been upset with LeBron and what he did over the weekend, All-Star weekend. I just would. The team is in disarray. The people there tried to do everything, Chris, that he wanted. When you sign up with LeBron, it's about winning now. They've traded away all the young players. They've done everything. They got Anthony Davis, everything that he wanted. right? He pushed for Westbrook. Now, I know that the organization still has to have the final say, Chris, but he made a plea for Westbrook. They got him Westbrook. And now it feels to me like LeBron knows he can't. They're stuck with Westbrook. They couldn't move him. They're stuck with him. And now he might be in a situation where he's like, we can't win here. We're not going to win with Westbrook. AD is like an ice cream cone, like crumbles and melts every time he hits the ground. We were lucky when we, and I'm talking about as LeBron, we were lucky when we won the championship because we were in the bubble. And he had 4 months off, Chris, and now I'm watching this guy every year and he can't stay healthy and he's young and in his prime. So this is a lose-lose as my years melt away. I need another championship.
You're talking
or
about
something.
from LeBron?
For LeBron.
Okay.
Yes. So I do believe he's trying to set the stage, for him to be able to make an exit from the Lakers if things don't improve drastically. And I just don't know, Chris, how they will. So I can see LeBron leaving as soon as that situation comes up. And especially after nothing happened at the trade deadline, which I'm saying I don't think they really could do anything. They were handcuffed, but it doesn't sound good. Like LeBron's going to retire as a Laker. It doesn't sound like that.
I've been told this, that LeBron's issue with Rob Pelinka is from somebody in the know. And let me back up, Rob. I've known Pelinka for years. And Rob and I like him. I haven't talked to him in a while, but we always had a good relationship. We've been on even events together, faith-based events that we were on the same panel discussion together. And obviously you interact before and after that. And we've talked about that before. So I like Rob. But this hasn't been my experience with him, Rob. But he has a reputation around the league, and you may have heard it as well, for lying. And
that's his rep.
That's a reputation. Again, I haven't experienced it, at least not to my knowledge.
Of course, this is what you're reporting. You've heard from people.
Right. That's what people have said. And one thing I think, I'm told that LeBron's an issue is that he feels like that Rob hasn't been truthful with him at times.
But that over what, Chris?
Well, one was that he came out and said after the trade deadline when they didn't make any moves that LeBron was on board with it.
So
and LeBron wasn't on board with it.
So LeBron.
So that's a lot.
Okay.
Like one thing, and I've known LeBron for years, done many stories on him, talked to him a lot away from, off the record. Mm-hmm. LeBron respects you being straight up with him. You might disagree, but I think he wants you to be honest with him. Like, don't go behind his back saying or doing some other stuff and then telling him something in his face. And if that's what is going on with Pelinka, then I can see how that would rub LeBron James the wrong way. And I don't know, Rob, because I hear a lot of people, everybody saying LeBron wanted Westbrook. And that may be true. What I've been told about that situation, and it could be spin. But it was that Pelinka and the Lakers wanted Westbrook because they felt like if and when LeBron misses games, Westbrook is a guy that can help them win while LeBron's out. I was told that LeBron's side was, I'm cool with Russ. I'm cool with Hield. And that his meeting, he and Anthony Davis, now again, it might be spent. But that his meeting with Anthony Davis and Westbrook was about, let's talk to Russ and see if we're all on the same page. Now, who is the story coming from that it was all LeBron? That's coming from the other side. So which side you gonna believe? The side that's saying it was LeBron that wanted Westbrook, or the side that's saying LeBron was cool with Westbrook, fine with it, but it wasn't like it's being reported that he just all vetoed the other deal and wanted Westbrook. I don't know I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I hear
told.
what you're hearing, but you just don't know, and I don't know how close your sources are to LeBron. I'm not saying who they are or
close enough to know.
Okay, or who they are. I'm just saying.
Right.
But there's also trying to cover LeBron's
No, I get it. And they might,
Chris,
that's what I'm saying. That might be what is happening. Absolutely.
It's to cover LeBron's butt because LeBron didn't.
But the other side could be to cover the Lakers' butt, right?
Right. But I'm
saying
going to
it was
say
all LeBron.
But I'm going to say that LeBron was the one who wanted AD and was
and that was smart.
No, but I'm saying now LeBron is like he's not involved and he's just a standby and they do whatever they want. I can't buy that. Like they went and they were not
he wanted Ty Lue.
You know.
I mean, seriously, he wanted Ty Lue.
Yeah, but that was some financial thing, wasn't it?
But still. I mean, they you know what I'm saying? Like there is evidence that they don't do everything LeBron wants.
No, I'm not saying.
He wanted Ty Lue. And he wanted them to make a trade over the deadline. They didn't do. That's two things right there.
I get that, but I also don't. I think that he wanted a quote unquote big three, and Buddy Hield didn't fit that MO. That's just me, Chris. I don't know. You might. Your source could be right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
I got the sense that he wanted a bigger name, and Russ is the triple-double king, and you know he played with other great players, and they went to the finals in OKC, and you know, and they. You know, he put out the video, keep this energy. He was so against what everybody was pushing back on. You know, I just got the sense that he was personally felt like he was attacked because this was something that he wanted, and people were saying right off the bat it wasn't going to work.
Well, one thing I was told, Rob, and again, I'm open to maybe this is spin. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got it.
It could be spin. You know how this is from either side. But I have not been told that LeBron didn't want Westbrook. So I've never been I was told he was fine with Westbrook and he thought it could work.
All right.
So I've never been told anything.
That LeBron said, no, I don't want Westbrook, and they did it anyway because I know that can't be
not
the case.
Told that. Right, not told that. So here's the thing I wanted to hear from you, though, Rob. And let me give you my answer first. For all the drama, all of the scorched earth that exists when LeBron leaves your franchise, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Miami got 2 championships that they would not have had LeBron James not gone there. Now, they can be upset the way he left and all of that. You got 2 championships you would not have gotten. Cleveland got for all, and it was, we saw it, right? We watched it. Passive aggressiveness, running the franchise, holding them hostage with yearly contracts, right? All of that. You got your first championship in 52 years. Football, basketball, or baseball. And the Lakers. For all your history, you were a joke for the last 6 years before LeBron got there.
5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
I'm just saying because LeBron was there the 6th year.
Right. For Lonzo, for Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, all these young guys you thought you had that were all that, you wasn't about to win no championship. You got banner number 17 because of LeBron James. His great play and him getting you Anthony Davis. So my answer, Rob, is it's worth it. I get it. I get all the shrapnel that's flying all over the place. It's worth it because it's about winning championships. You quickly, you got an opinion, worth it or not?
Yeah. Anytime you win, it erases everything else. That's if LeBron doesn't win, Chris, if they don't win in the bubble, then it's a disaster. And it's you got to try to fix the franchise and you set yourself back. I get it. When you win, it's hard to argue with winning. Right. I talk about it all the time. Sports has a short menu, Chris, wins and losses.
Right.
They won a championship. period. That justifies everything. And when you don't win, you can blame everything on that.